The trick with these sitcoms and pilot auditions is to read the whole script, really click into what you understand about this character that's familiar to you emotionally, right? Couldn't see that in the last read because there was no real listening and responding. I didn't know who the character was, because we find out who a character is and what their psychology is from the way that they respond emotionally, not just the way they deliver a line. Right? So their point of view behind that line, how they get what they want, is what we're looking at, right? That's what we need to find, right? So that when you get to the audition, you're not acting trying to remember beats, because the camera will pick that up right away. And you can drive a truck through those pauses, and it's not real. It's not happening in real time because you're trying to remember how to deliver a line. All right. So the first step is to get off book by rote. By rote. Should be reading anything from a script. Those days are gone. Because when you get to set, they expect you to be completely off book. The end. People ain't got no time, especially for a guest star or a co-star. Nobody has time for you to be flubbing lines and, you know, making adjustments. Like, your only adjustment is your ability to listen and respond. Right? Unless the director tells you to go for something in particular in the minute. And usually he'll yell over whatever you're doing to get you to do it. Because they got to get this tape fast. Right? So if you have rehearsed this a certain way, according to your coach's, you know, notes to do this and do that, that's something for beginning actors. But when you go in for an audition for TV, you've got to learn to be present in the moment. And if the reader's not giving you anything, then you set the tone as the person who was auditioning by vigorously pursuing what you need and what you want. Right? So you got to listen to all of the other characters and then figure out how I'm going to cut that down. And you do it in the moment, which means every time you read this scene, it may be different. You may hear something new. It's kind of like life, right? And so understanding your chords is your way to understanding the character, right? What do I understand about them that's true to me emotionally? And it's usually something you don't tell nobody. And it's usually very specific, right? For example, bitches that complain about shit that could be changed, wear me the fuck out. That's specific. Not, oh, well, I just like the truth, or, oh, I like to be I don't like to be vulnerable. No. Under these particular conditions, this is what happens to me emotionally. Right? So when people complain, like women who are married and who complain about their husbands, you chose that. Change it if you don't like it. Sorry. Like, you chose that. Or women who complain about being single, you chose that. Choose something else. No, I didn't choose that. There's no available men. You wasted your time with ones who weren't available. Everything's a choice. Right? So for me, when I hear somebody complain about something they have the power to change, it feels self-defeating. And that makes me feel sad, which is all anger is. Anger is just grief on steroids. It's sad. I don't like this feeling of I ultimately have no control over my choices. That makes me feel sad and angry, because that's a feeling, not a fact, which is what emotional chords all are. They're emotions, right? So you got to figure out exactly what it is that triggers a particular emotion for you. That's what a chord is. It's When people complain about shit, they have the power to change, but they're too afraid to change it. That's specific. That can trigger something. So as I'm listening to all these women complain about shit that they did or didn't do, I was like, this is dumb bullshit. You had the power to change any of that. You chose not to. So what you chose is what you wanted. And my point of view as an actor in this story is to come in from my clearest point of view. Forget the breakdown. What people are searching for is you. What do you uniquely bring to this character? And since it's half-hour sitcom like First Wives Club, you need to capture the brightness that they have and the pace. And most of that is in pace, right? It's listening and responding, but it's in pace. And the pace problem gets solved if you're memorized by rote. No questions asked. Stop playing. Yes?
Yes.
No? Go to the show? That's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. I would love to do a weekend. I'm gonna stop recording.